I'll start recording now.
Here we go. First game of the split loading in.
Yes, very exciting. Very exciting. I am so glad to be back. I have missed casting games. I want to continue to improve for all of you guys watching here at home in your comfy computer chairs or probably your couch and your phone. I just want to make it the best casts in the world. So I'm
I've
happy
also
to do
got to
this.
gripe publicly since I have a platform, and nobody should have ever given me a platform. But I just got a Secret Lab chair. Let me tell you what, this is the most uncomfortable chair I've ever had in my life.
So that
If
was
we ever get sponsored, we're gonna have to find a knockoff.
so basically that was the opposite of a sponsorship. You just shit on them. So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to keep it 100% honest here, and I was expecting greatness, and my ass hurts. You know.
If it makes you feel better, my computer chair is a computer chair I think that has been inside this house for like 15 years or something. So
Mine's still in the other room. We handed it down, but my God, it's so comfy. I'm about to bring it back and just give her the expensive chair.
yeah, this chair has been here since I feel like my family's owned this fucking house, man. Part of my language, but I just gotta be like frank with it.
Yeah, I gotta remember that.
I mean, cursing's gonna happen once in a while. It's okay. Let me get all my stuff going. You know, I realized since you're still here, I almost should have just brought you into the um things you could actually watch the game from inside the game, if that makes sense. No, the actual spectate link. I can't speak right now.
I'm just bringing a second opinion from an outside view.
Are you able to watch the game? Do you need me to stream it, like from inside
No, I'm
Discord?
watching the Twitch.
Okay. All right. Cool. I don't remember.
I do need to get something. One of that timer on the side. I need to get that for my actual games.
Oh, you're talking about for objectives?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's helpful.
That's that bronze life.
I feel like we can zoom out more, but it's not letting me. There it goes. It wasn't working at first. I have this happen to me every time, and it bugs out. All right. Well, let me take a quick peek at. I'm gonna
See,
take
that's
a.
my secret. If I could get a nice wide, see the full lane in one screen, I would be a champion. But I just can't do it. Riot doesn't want me to be good.
No, why would they want that?
Yeah.
I can't remember the darn button for the gold, man. It's bothering me. I think it's X. Yes, okay. It's been a while. I'm just trying to remember everything here. So, we're getting our lane started here. As we saw, we had a standard 5 fan out on both sides for level 1. Wasn't much action going on there. Looks Volibear started his blue side, so he's going to be pathing up towards the top lane.
I got to give some early props here to Orin because he has countered every bit of poke with a well-placed Q, and that's something I've never done, so I can't relate. But it looks good.
Meanwhile, the side of BBL will get the lane priority bot lane. Wasn't really expecting that with the double range comp down there, but Leona was willing to stack some HP for that lane priority. And it looks like we're getting a Volibear level 3 gank down here. He's being to be spotted by that ward, so they should be safe. They waste his time, and that'll give the rest of the map an opportunity to do what they want.
Yeah, you got to play it a little bit more clueless than that. I want him to hang around for as long as possible before he starts pathing again. And you know, he can't dance. That way you know he's there. You gotta bait him out a little bit.
Absolutely. It looks like the Volibear and the Ivern might meet each other up in the jungle here. They won't meet, but he did push Volibear off of a camp. Maybe he was worried his red was already gone. Levi is taking a lot of damage here mid. Smalls has a pretty sizable health advantage here.
Kennen will always be a problem. No matter how you build him, damage, AP, AD, doesn't matter. He's always
Oh,
annoying.
oh. Gonna land the E. Doesn't look like it's gonna mean much though. And some poke
Gotta get
will
done
go
on it.
down onto Leona, but the Karma will take equally amount of damage. Pretty good trade for both sides
I
there.
expected to see right at 3. You have to play to your aggression. You have to.
Yeah, well,
You take Leo, you have to engage early.
that's when Leona gets her little spike there. So her next spike will be 6.
That range advantage on Caitlyn is going to be brutal for a long, long time.
Oh, we're gonna get a flash in. We're gonna jump onto the Karma. Karma's gonna be CC'd perfectly and gonna go down for first blood for the Kaisa. Really, really, really well executed there by the side of BBL.
Ivern did a really good job of getting down there as well.
Yeah, they caught the Karma with her eyes closed. Clearly not looking at the map.
Yeah, as a bronze player, I mean, especially with the Empower, the only thing Empower is good for is a Q. You never Empower shield. Everybody knows that. It's like the first rule of being a respectable Karma player. You never shield anybody. You only Empower Q.
I'm just kind of looking here a little bit. We got a 1,000k gold lead right now for the side of BBL, which majority of that is on the 80 carry based on she got first blood. There's a sizable farm difference though in the top lane. It's about 400 gold worth of a difference with a 20 CS difference. It's pretty big.
The plus side is both of these people can become problems very quickly.
Yeah. I think orange is a little easier. Looking on the minimap, it looks like the side of Washed Up Gamers started up the Drake, and yes, they will acquire the Hextech Drake for themselves. The map is busy showing us the wet noodle fight topside. And so for the trade, BBL is going to start up the Grubs. They do have the advantage in numbers, as Leona was already up here and ready for the play. Volibear's
got
got
Volley wondering though. Let's see what he does with this.
Yeah, he's got to know he's not very safe. Can he steal with E? Oh, so close. And he's going to walk into 3. That's not what you want to do, Volley. He's going to go down. Ornn is going to drop the Ornn Horn. Then Kennan's going to get a big slicing Maelstrom. Will Yona be able to live? He's going to get the shield from Ivern. He's going to be able to walk out. Now the Kennan's in a bad spot. He's going to be rooted up and taken down for a kill for Sharkies.
I gotta say, as a natural Ivern hater, I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing right here out of Ivern.
He's doing his job.
I mean, he's putting down plants. He's putting down more plants. He's giving you a slip and slide all the way to the champion. What more could you ask for?
Can't ask for any more, Brian. All you can ask for is to continue to be a shield bot.
A Daisy and a shield bot.
Well, that brings the gold lead up to roughly 2k.
Yeah, that's a pretty big swing of this strong poke going down.
Leona just misses, but
Not sure how that
there's a
goes.
level 6 advantage for the Kaisa right now. They are going to poke the Leona out a bit. But that Caitlyn is in a pretty rough spot. And we got Ivern here on the wings looking to make a play. They are going to spot him out in time.
I think my favorite history of League was the World Championships with SKT. And I can't remember who they played now. But I remember everybody cheered so loud for every ward that got killed the entire tournament, and it was the best thing in the world. Up until that point, the support's got no love for anything.
Was that... Wait, I feel like that just was like a meta that wasn't good, though. Like...
It was terrible. No, it was terrible. Wars were the most exciting part.
Was that the Ardent meta? Because I feel like that's what you're talking about. Oh, we have an engaged bot side. Kaispitter's having a bad spot, and the shield's going to come in.
Oh, where was
this is to the land! That's unbelievable. Leona's going to pick up a kill. But now Leona's in a bad spot, going to be CC'd up. Volibear should be able to get this kill here. It's going to be a bit slow, though.
Woo, woo.
And Volibear will get the kill. What a play by Leona to clean that up and at least get a 2-for-1.
I wonder why they didn't wait for Leo to go in, because if they engage at the same time, that's 2 dead players on Washed Up Gamers, not just 1.
Absolutely. Well, Kennen
Yeah, I
walks
wonder
in a
if it was
bad
a
spot. He said, "No, sorry, Bob. You're not going to catch me." It is certainly quite possible that it was. I guess we'll never know unless we ask the players. The gold lead is still sitting at about 2K. Hasn't changed too much even with that fight that happened bot side. We do have a roam from the 80 carry mid. I see on the mini map. Not sure what's going on there. Trying to get a cheeky kill maybe? That's going to give a lot of prio here to the Kai'Sa and Leona, who can easily zone her off the wave and get some plates onto the Kai'Sa.
And they're already a level up, so they're already at a disadvantage as it is. We do have double ults on the red side, though, which could be a big play. But you get Karma's ult at the start, so it's not quite as big of a deal.
And everyone knows Caitlyn's R is just there to poke.
Exactly.
Let's see here. We got an item completed there on the Kai'Sa. Got her static. And a Ravenous Hydra on that Fiora top side. Who actually got... She had both kills in that fight. That's crazy. That fight at Grub, she got both of those kills. Yeah. She's probably got a sizable gold lead. Yeah, that's over almost 1,000 gold lead on the Ornn. The CS is kind of stabilized a little bit as the Ornn is kind of caught up a little bit. But that's pretty big. Anybody on the side of red complete an item yet? I do not see. But Volibear is going to find Sharkies. I don't think he wants this fight, though. Fiora's going to drop her ulti. Volibear's going to try to ult that, and it's just not going to matter.
No,
They're going to take Sharky's going to take his soul and take him down.
That's also going to help secure the Baron pit.
Yes, more grubbies. Exactly what Fiora wants. 6 grubs in a game, man. Free split pushing all day.
Get a little aggression out of Levi here. He's got a good chunk of damage on him. Get out safe. Take your wins when you get them.
Absolutely. Soul's going to try to walk up and do something, but I don't think you want to be there, Souls. Going to put himself in a bad spot. The CC layering is going to be pretty big. Nice even the Ornn, but it's just not going to matter. No follow-up, and that's a dead old man. And that's a 1v2 bot side.
Come on. There we go. Ooh, that would have made a difference. Karma's very slippery. It's hard to track down a Karma. I'm surprised she got away with that.
Well, Kai'Sa didn't have her ult. She used it to finish off the Caitlyn there. This Kai'Sa's a
bold
big
play
problem.
going in lone.
Well, they were trying to make a play on her, and we kind of caught the end of it there. But that's what we saw.
I would have expected a flash away, especially with flash and exhaust up. I just would have expected it to go. I'm glad it played out that way, but it was surprising.
Well, speaking of playing out that way, it looks like they're trying to make a play on Kai'Sa, but instead they're going to force the Volibear to flash away instead. And that's a big sum down for the Volibear, who is going AP Volibear as of this moment, has a Rod of Ages.
I watched enough Trick 2G to understand that that's okay. That's an okay build. I've also acted like him enough where I have like 10 banned accounts, so don't listen to me.
That's alright, man. Don't worry. We'll fire you from casting after this. Due to your lack of skill.
Instead of a blue card, we're going to be...
Oh, and Yone is going to go in. Just missed that R. See, Drizzy hanging in the weeds. Oh, and almost predicts the flash. So close. I should point out that through everything that's been happening, there is 2 Drakes for the side of Washed Up Gamers. But I don't know how much that's going to matter when they're down nearly 6k gold.
Kennen is doing a wonderful job of baiting out these abilities. Playing a dangerous game, though. I don't think they know where the jungler is right this second. I didn't see him clear out a ward recently.
Should also point out for everybody, it's going to be a Cloud Soul this game. I'm a little delayed on these things that are important for you guys to note. I've got sleepy brain today.
Well, you know what they say. It's not bad for free. I like to see the aggression coming out of Caitlyn, though. As a Caitlyn, you cannot back up and just admit that you've lost the lane, because then you're no good to anybody.
No, but speaking of aggression, we've got the Ornn going in, gonna drop the Ornn right on top of the Fiora, but Fiora's gonna get back up from her Ivern, and the ulti's gonna come down. There's gonna be a lot of healing going on the Sharkies. Can they get the kill? These are just basically noodles fighting each other, and they will not be able to get the kill.
Oh.
Sharky's gonna live with just barely any HP as we get a TP in from Levi, and Souls will be the next victim.
He needs the gold. He needs some numbers on his scorecard. Oh. Well, he got away after all of that.
Oh, and then the double Yone R. Souls looks like he's in a bad spot. Fiora's going to drop the W. Say, I'm reposting your damage. Meanwhile, on the bot side of the map, we did see that Caitlyn also went down. And now this gold lead is up to 7k at 15 minutes. This game is looking pretty rough for the side of Washed Up Gamers, as they're just going to collect more gold with those grubbies and get themselves another consolation prize of a mid tower.
How do you feel
And
about the grubbies?
I feel like grubbies are very strong if you can acquire about 5 of them in the earlier parts of the game, and more gold and get the rift. I think that's a better trade-off. If you're behind, though, it's better to get the drakes.
Yeah. Which they've done a pretty good job of getting a hold of the drakes. As soon as they pop up, they're already starting to ping on the map and head that direction and make sure they have that area sectioned off.
Yeah, but now
On that one.
at this point, though, it's going to get hard, with the gold advantage being that what it is. The items that I'm sure have been completed. Yes, we've got Blade of the Ruin King on Yone. It's a big spike. 2-item Kai'Sa now. 2-item Fiora. It's going to be very, very difficult for the side of Washed Up Gamers to fight this.
They already have 2 drakes. They have to go after all of them at this point. It's your only winning chance is going after Elder. So realistically, I mean, BBL should use this as the ultimate bait. But they're just taking it to him straight in the jungle. They're not even waiting.
No, they're going to try to fight there. Volibear's just going to get shredded in what was a 2v3 on that fight. Big Yone R going to drop the Slicing Maelstrom, but it's just not enough damage being tanked. Karma's also going to go down, and this game is looking like it might be out of reach for the side of Washed Up Gamers, as that should now be a Drake going over to the side of BBL.
Really, I mean, let's give Daisy some props here, because that's twice now that she's been a pivotal role.
Once again, Ivern is doing his job. Ah, no, Souls, that's the opposite of what you're trying to eat, buddy.
Got her off the tower, so we'll take it as a small win, but
And we can look at the gold here. It's oh, sorry guys, I apologize. It's pretty sizable as we can see, and the biggest margin we're looking at is currently the 80 carries 3k up on the side of BBL, and the top lane difference is 5k gold.
at what point in time do you just start trying to meme an icon and get in their head?
Oh my god, we're getting the bug. Sorry guys. I forgot that happens sometimes. I think it's at this point when you're down 12k or well 11k.
I mean, If I'm Fiora, I'm sitting pretty. I'm in no pressure to act up, to go out of my way. But if I see you start throwing some train horror emotes or, a Teemo Bumblebee emote, I'm liable to come after you. So you have to think about one point in time, you need to use that to your advantage. What do you have to lose at this point? You're down, what do we say? 7,000 gold? 8,000 gold? It's a
Yeah,
sizable amount.
at this point it's 11K, but yeah, it's 10K, 10, 11K, but yeah, it's pretty sizable for sure.
That's enough to start emoting and trying to just trigger somebody. If you get
Yes,
somebody's head on game 1, that could do wonders for game 2 and 3.
absolutely, and that's obviously what they might be looking for here is trying to figure out how they're going to play the next game. Meanwhile, here comes Shelly charging at the turret. It's going to take it down. Look at all those little baby Shellys on the ground there.
That is a lot.
Mind you, we're not even at 20 minutes yet, and there's pretty much almost nothing left of their base. They've got one more tier 2 left standing, and Fiora's going to be able to just tank this and take it down very quickly. And now Ornn is just in a bad spot. They're going to just focus the Ornn down. Ornn is going to get shredded. Say goodnight. Next up, we're going to make bear steak. We're not done. We're going to take this old lady with us, too. And there's just not much left. Can the Caitlyn get out? No, Kai'Sa's going to RN. The Caitlyn's going to go down. It's a triple kill for the Kai'Sa. Smalls is the last one standing, and he will be flashed on by Sharkies. And that will be an ace at 20 minutes in this game.
They're probably going to run it down and just finish him off right here while they have a chance. There's no need in resetting if you can end it.
Absolutely, and that's the power of these 6 scrubs. That's the power of the gold lead early, and that is the power of good team play. Very good game here on the side of BBL. Well played, and we're going to get ourselves into game 2.
At least we see some sportsmanship in the chat.
I do. I'm always happy to see that. If I don't see that, I might have to step in, and I don't want to step in. But indeed, a pretty rough game 1 for the side of Washed Up Gamers. We can kind of check the damage real quick. We'll hop in there in a second. We see the Kai'Sa did a bunch of work. In the 20-minute game, she did 18,000 damage, nearly 19,000. The next close on our team was her Fiora. She, by far and away, did more damage than everybody in this game.
And you really got to give props to that because that's a big damage number for somebody who doesn't have the length advantage or the poke advantage. You got to give props where they're due.
No, it was very, very well played.
So what do we need to change going into this next game? What would you like to see different? What picks are out? What picks are in? Where are you going next game?
Well, I would say
at this point, Ornn has to go, right? Unless they drop the Fiora, which was very strong.
I think I'm gonna say I don't think the Ornn got to do anything that game that was meaningful for sure, but I also think it was not even necessarily a comp diff as much as it was just simply some mistakes being made on the side of Washed Up Gamers that really truly caused the goal disparity that they had. So I think the Ornn is still a good pick if they want to go with it. I don't think it's that bad into Fiora. I just think if Fiora got a lead, she got that double kill over there by the Grubs. I think that was a big misstep by the Volibear to even attempt to walk in to that pit with the knowledge that there was a missing Leona on the map. And they already had gotten the Drake. You got to cut your losses sometimes. So I don't really feel it was as much of a comp diff. I will say maybe get this guy off Kai'Sa and, maybe try to get this guy off of something strong topside. Possibly even an Ivern ban as well because the Ivern was able to just play well with his carries and set them up for success.
He did good. Ornn was a good choice into Fiora. I've always liked that, but I always get concerned whenever I see Ornn going into a super mobile team. And 3 out of 5 could get out of his way pretty quickly. I do think you have to get him off of Kai'Sa. I think at this point he's proven the range, difference is not a difference in that case. Going with the strong engage made me eat my words. It did better together than I expected to see it, which I'm always okay with.
Sorry about that, guys. I know I wasn't really heavily focused here on draft, but we got ourselves um, certainly some small changes on the side of Washed Up Gamers. We got the Fiora banned this time instead of, I can remember what was banned last time, Shaco. And we have a Vladimir pickup. BBL is returning to what made their comp work. They're going to continue with the Ivern and the Leona.
They made it work. I'm okay to see it again. Why change it if you don't have a reason to?
True, very true. But it looks like we're just going to get a whole new comp out of Washed Up Gamers here. We're going to get the Amumu and the Janna. On the flip side, it looks like we are going to switch it up in the AD carry spot. And they're going to take the Ezreal.
I think they're probably expecting the Kaiser to get banned, so they're going to try to just get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, but she was still open. They certainly could have took her again.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like the Ezra pick is more to do with the switches up in draft. Maybe more about the Amumu pick. It's a lot of lockdown. It's hard for Kaisa to engage around an Amumu like that. So... Meanwhile, it looks like the bans were similar for the second set of bans here. Let me take a peek. No, there was a switch up. We banned Aurora instead of the Samira. Interesting. We got an Annie pickup here, as well as a set on the side of Washed Up Gamers. I really like that Annie. It's very interesting to me, but it's also, I don't know if it's a very good matchup into Vlad. I feel like it's kind of got to be pretty difficult. I could be wrong.
This is a day one champ. You can't go wrong with Ashe.
No, and it's pretty good in Ezreal.
As long as you can hit point blank arrows, you'll be A-okay.
In this league, I've learned that a lot of these players can hit a lot more than point blank arrows. And we're going to get the Volibear. No, okay, okay. They're going to take the Ornn instead. So we got Ornn into set. That's interesting to me because that could go either way. Ornn to set's not bad for the Ornn.
I definitely feel like that's a sandwich I don't want to be in.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But if that set gets ahead, man, he is going to be an absolute menace and going to be hard to deal with. And free alts onto the Leona or the set or the Leona or the Ornn into that back line will be disgusting. All right, Brian, can you move down for us real quick so we can start her up?
I'm trying. I'm gonna have to just back out for this one.
It's not letting you hit the spectate on the bottom right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Client's frozen up again. Good old Rito.
All right, well,
I'm out. That way I don't hold up progress.
okay. Holding up progress. That's all you ever
Doesn't
do,
even show a
man.
player list. I'm not welcome here. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, they don't like you at all.
It's because I sang BBL Drizzy, so now they're not gonna let me in.
No. You've been demoted, man. You're being kicked off the panel.
I recommend skipping. What's wrong? Can't take the heat. Oh, God.
I do feel like Exploradora is an absolutely underrated name.
Sounds like a
BBL's been getting the
very
attention, but I had to throw some love that way.
sounds like a very interesting name.
So now instead of singing BBL Drizzle, I can sing the Dora the Explorer theme song if they win.
You are a special boy, man. You are a special boy.
You don't have to be afraid of me.
I do not tolerate cowardice.
Grounded? I'd rather be home anyway.
Me too. But I already am home. Me commenting that to these lead characters though when they speak is I'm such a goofball. Yeah, Dippy, I'm just not reading your comments here. I do 100% agree with what you're talking about though in this chat. Sorry, I missed some of that. I was dealing with a few things. Yeah, agency would certainly help. That first game, it seemed very like sit back and relax for the Kennen. And if you got the Kennen around the map a little bit to do Kennen things, it really could have turned the tide of some of those earlier fights. If he was just,
Ashley does such a good job of just avoiding all the poke that they threw at him.
yeah. So we'll see here. I think the Vlad into Annie. I feel like there's not too much mid agency for either of these chaps here. It's gonna be a farm fest for the earlier parts of the game for both of them.
But the real question is, who is more annoying late game? Because Vlad could just bomb you, but obviously Annie can too.
I'm gonna say Vlad, but the big thing is if they ever land any major form of CC on smalls, and they CC chain it properly, he's just gonna just insta pop pretty much. They do have pretty high damage from the Annie and the Ezreal. And to be fair, Ornn's kit is just a bunch of unnecessary damage that exists. So yeah, the Vlad will just pop. But they have more. There's more threats on the side. Washed Up Gamers. You still got to worry about the set. Amumu can certainly still be a threat in team fights, especially if he goes a little bit of AP with the Andres build. So it'll be an interesting game. I'm gonna give the damage overall though output to the side of BBL. I think they just have a little more in the with the. Actually, no. Now that I look at it, it's actually similar to DPS, man. Because
It's pretty similar, but I think
yeah.
BBL has a little bit more burst.
Yeah, I think so too. I could be wrong. Cause what is really Ezreal's burst? You know, besides his ult.
But if he has to E in, and if he can E in and land a W and then a Q immediately afterwards, that's a pretty good chunk. But that's not going to be early game by any means.
So who would you favor in team fights then? Let's say we get to 25 minutes and we start having
I
something in team
honestly,
fights.
I gotta go washed up gamers. I think between the heal out of Janna, the 2-second R burst to the face from Ashe, Vladimir dropping his pool right into the middle of everybody, bursting with Q and then throwing R on top of them. Mumu, we're gonna assume a surprise party Mumu, throwing his R down, and then you have Set just landing a W right across 5 people. That could be a dangerous setup.
Yeah, it certainly could. I mean, the team fight for the side of Washed Up Gamers is gonna obviously be Amumu looking for some sort of engage, or Ashe Arrow for pick. But once those two big alts are down in a team fight, they certainly have cleanup crew with Set and Vlad. Whereas the side of BBL, they have a pretty nice like front to back comp that can kite, as well as engage and counter engage. So I feel as though if they can survive the burst from the side of Washed Up Gamers, that I actually think an extended team fight would favor the side of BBL. So
I think pick-offs are going to be our deciding factor in this one because you've got 3 squishies on one, 2 on the other. If somebody rotates at a bad time or with vision in a bad place, that could make a huge difference.
yeah, no, absolutely, especially with the Ashe and the movement there. But that's why I was saying with the team fights, it's going to be one of those things that comes down to, can one team survive that upfront burst that they're going to have, and if so, then they're going to win the team fights.
I also forget that these guys are actually decent and not just running up and down the map like crazy people. And we got a Nosferatu and an Ibumu, so that gives me a good feeling.
That's so funny. I feel like they planned this, man. Such emo type fucking skins here.
Nosferatu in real life and in the game just gives me the jeebies. I don't like it.
Yeah, he looks a little creepy.
You got to go with the bold choice on Ivern and Annie with 0 skins. Is that just a power move?
You know, I don't think Ivern had a skin last game. I'm going to assume he just doesn't have an Ivern skin. Annie, I can't speak on.
Well, if Ivern doesn't have a skin, that gives him that much more motivation to win the split.
Wee. All right, let's see what our setup is going to be
For
here.
a split second, thought that was Rel. And I'm man enough to admit that.
The Ivern was galloping. It's a little weird.
well, Leo's on a horse.
Oh, is that what it was? I thought it was Ivern galloping. I'm blind. I'm blind. Don't mind me, guys. Anyways, we're getting a similar setup here. Pretty much a standard 5-man fan out from the side of BBL, while Washed Up Gamers is doing a little bit of an interesting setup. Looks like they're just trying to get Pyro in lanes with these setups in these bushes right here.
Got to see how this plays out.
Oh my goodness. They're both in the
A
opposite.
little late in the queue. You already got a Leo in the bush.
Yeah, the opposite lane bushes is crazy.
So now it's a standoff.
They don't know that Jenna and Ashe are in that bush though. How is that gonna go? Meanwhile, Set is gonna get some early damage off on Sharkies. Oh, nice W.
Ah, there's that W poke already.
Yeah, it's big. They're
For
just
2 hits.
they're playing chicken in the bot lane. I just see them finally both come out
He's
of the
not even
bush.
going after CS. He's just straight up denying.
All right, so they're gonna focus down the Janna. Meanwhile, they're just smacking the Ezreal. Ashe is just killing him. They're gonna get the flash.
Glenn.
Now Leona's in a bad spot. Leona's gonna flash in. They have enough damage.
Ooh.
That's first
Oh.
blood for Fuyu. These bot lanes are insane. Did not expect to see this today, man.
Ezreal waited a little bit too long to cleanse. I'm sure he did it as soon as he could, but by the time he did it, there was already 4 or 5 ticks coming off him, I believe.
And that's just the power of the Ashe early lane. She just out DPS's Ezreal by a wide margin.
Ah, the Annie. That was my cheat code to get out of bronze the first time. Was just Annie Q farm, and then just blow them up with Tibbers.
Not a nice damage going there onto Sharkies once again from Souls. It looks like the idea that Washed Up Gamers went into this game with was let's just get lane priorities, allow our Mumu to get proper setup. Meanwhile, Soul's gonna dive him? Oh, and a flash W, it's not enough, and he's gonna take one more two shot and die!
Oh, no. We should have just gone in at that point.
Oh no. The idea was there and it was so close.
I'm still going to give a couple props to how well he placed that flash W, because he was already mid-cast.
That is tragic for Souls there. Amumu's wrapping around here. Small's gonna land the slow, but he's still got the stun. Gonna force a flash. Amumu will land the CC though. Janna's on the roam. They're gonna land the slow. That's gonna be another bandage toss going down, and they're gonna give the kill over to the Vlad.
Yeah, that's tough.
Annie has no flash. She does have TP. She has the TP advantage over the Vlad, so she should be TPing here to this lane. Now the Vlad might be in a bad spot, not being able to get his reset off in time. They should have helped him push. As you can see, top lane is going in the favor of Sharkies now. Good poke down, but it's, as you can see, the health bars are just much different now when your Ornn comes back with a little more health.
Also, you have to acknowledge the huge advantage of being able to just build an item right there on the spot.
Oh, meanwhile, here comes the gank, and they're gonna get the kill over to Souls. The Amumu is putting in some work here in this early lane.
He's doing a very good job of roaming.
Well, that's his job. Come on, you're in jungle. Imagine not roaming.
I can't imagine that.
Meanwhile, though, BBL is gonna focus down this Drake, try to get a little bit of a consolation prize after having some bad things happen in all three of their lanes.
That's such a big advantage for Souls too, though, because that Sharky's run back is going to take him a while.
Indeed, but the wave will not crash, so if he so chooses, he'll be able to set up a freeze. And red team will finally pick up the Ocean's Drake here. Kind of taking a peek at items here. We've got about a 1k gold lead going on. Nothing too big for Washed Up Gamers. Mumu is wrapping around. He still does have flash. He's going to flash. Land the bandage toss. Massive. And he should be just fine. Be able to walk away.
Tibbers does no damage when you're hidden underground.
It's quite the opposite of what happened last game here to Koi no Yokan. Got off some really good early ganks here. Got himself good 3 assists. As well as a bit of a farm lead.
Amumu is a much better choice anyways. Volibear can be very, very strong, but I feel like he just needs to be top lane.
Certainly not. It's all about how you play the matchup. But meanwhile, topside Souls is going to go down. It looks like he's going to ult out. He should have a big W. Does land a bit.
Oh no, he missed the R.
Small's here for the backup. They are going to land a max range bandage toss. Sharkies looks like in the best spot. That's going to be another one going down, and that'll be a pickup for the Vlad. I was a little worried there about the Amumu, but he's going to be able to walk out even with just a little HP. Just enough to live.
don't think he's missed a bandage toss yet.
It doesn't feel like it. I think he's 7 for 7 or something. If anybody in the chat has been tracking this, you can give me the stat at the end of the game. So Vlad's pretty strong. I would assume he's coming back with an item. Not quite yet, but he does have 6 stacks on that Dark Seal. He's going to be hitting like a truck here.
Yeah, that early needlessly large rod is going to be a huge burst too.
Absolutely. And you see the gold lead is basically just all on this Vlad. He's up almost 1,000k on this Annie. And that results in what is about our 2k gold lead for the side of Washed Up Gamers. You know, after watching that first game, Brian, I really thought they were washed up, but
I was absolutely about to say that. It feels like we were in the middle of
oh, what a nice
turn.
E by Set to cancel the Ornn Eid. Doesn't really get much out of it, though.
It doesn't have a lot of follow-up right this second.
No, and he's
Ornn
getting,
is just, that's one of his strong points.
and he's in a really bad
He's going to
spot.
mildly inconvenience you. Yeah.
This is going to be a close fight here. Oh, and the flash in! Souls is going to take down the Ornn.
Oh,
Now, Mumu's looking to be aggressive, walking into the Ivern jungle. Does Ivern know? Doesn't appear that he does. He's going to get spotted out now. And the bullying is now going to start. Looks like Vlad took away a camp as well. I watched Leona auto that with her support item passive, and I'm thinking she's Eing in.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more aggression out of this lane.
Well, the Ashe is a little stronger than the Ezreal currently. And they have a lot of disengage on the side of Washed Up Gamers that Janna obviously can really make it hard for them to get in. So I think that's the big reason why you're not seeing too much more aggression out of them at this point.
Levi doing a good job of getting some poke and getting out.
Yeah, we're going to be setting another Drake. We got 30 seconds on the Drake. It's going to be a Heztech Drake. Small's going to go in. He's going to burn the flash. Decide not to go any further. But that's going to be alt for flash there. in mid lane.
Possibly a TP on as well.
Looks like the Annie's chilling right now. But he's just going to ghost in and totally one-shot him. Meanwhile, topside, Soul's looking to get himself another solo kill, and he will.
Mm.
And now the gold lead is starting to balloon for the side of Washed Up Gamers. Nearly at 4K. And they're going to pick themselves up a Drake here to tie up the Drakes. BBL's going to have to try to figure out here how to slow the aggression. Meanwhile, we're looking at an engage here. Fuyu is getting pretty low, but he's got a Janna for backup. Now the Janna's in the bad spot, going to drop the ulti. And they're going to turn as the set's coming. There's a big shield, going to drop the arrow. LMR man's going to go, and there's the flash from the Ashe to protect her Janna. And oh no, Leona's going to flail the flash over the wall. Oh, what a play by Ashe there to protect his support.
I mean, what else can you do at that point? You just have to channel B and just accept it. You're down 3-1 at that point in time. Your support's already died. You got to just embrace it.
Absolutely. They're going to land the stun there on the Smalls, but I don't think he cares too much. Here's the flash in. The Bandit Sauce will miss, but I don't think it's going to matter. There's a lot of damage that's going to come out of the Amumu as well as the Vlad, and that should be a kill.
I don't think he realized he turned his tears off.
It
Doesn't matter in the end.
Leona's trying to look for some. Oh, the Bandit Toss is going to land on the BBL Drizzy. Can he protect him? He's got multiple shields coming down. He's trying to run for his life, and he will be guided out by his Leona.
Two people beating down this mid turret, though. It's not going to last very long when this next wave hits.
Not at all. We do have grubs on the table if either team want them. And it looks like Sharky's got a decent amount of plates topside, evened out the plates for himself. Meanwhile,
I'm interested that he just did a E to farm whenever he's 2v1 with two forms of CC, and he has no escape right this second.
yes. Meanwhile, we're going to see the Leonard come down. It's not going to get the kill, but they are going to turn onto him. He's coming pretty low. Can Fuyu outplay this with his Janna? It looks like he'll be able to walk out. A lot of CC going to go down on a Dora. I think Dora the Explorer might be in a bad spot. Going to throw down the W.
You have to go for the kill.
Unfortunately, he would not be able to live
No.
there.
If she had Ignite up, though, that ended differently.
Now, Fuyu's got to be careful. There's not a lot of mana on this Leona, but they could certainly threaten to dive if they so chose. Looks like they're not going to. And Smalls is going to get a fat 600 gold for himself and take down the first turret of the game mid lane.
Oh, uh-oh. Stop the back.
Blue team has slain the Rift Herald.
I mean, if you're Fuyu right now, do you decide to get aggressive while it is still 1v1?
Yeah, I think he could have. It seemed that he chose not to. Probably just playing it safe. Meanwhile, we've got a dive in the bot lane. Smalls came down, but he's going to be CC chained, and he's barely going to get out with his life. That was very, very close. That will be a kill going on over to the Vlad.
I wonder if he was trying to instantly kill the turret on purpose or if it was just a misclick on that one.
Not entirely sure, but that Vlad is massive. He's sitting on a death cap. Meanwhile, as I'm speaking, more fighting going to go on. We saw the showstopper, a flash E in as well, and it just does look like Sharky's in a bad spot. He will go down once again. This Amumu has been relentless with these ganks. This set has been all over this Ornn, punishing him all game. And we're just seeing this gold lead continue to grow as we have now got up to 7K at 15 minutes for the side of Washed Up Gamers here in Game 2. It's crazy how the script has flipped it in the side.
And Imumu is doing a lot of damage as well.
Oh, he's certainly putting in work. Looking at these gold advantages, we have a 3K gold lead in the top side. 2K gold lead mid. Everywhere else is relatively close.
But we can acknowledge that mid difference being 2K is insane, right? We have, what, a 5-0-1 Vlad and a 0-4-0 Annie, and there's still only 2K difference?
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's all about that farm. Meanwhile, though, the side of red will pick themselves up a nice little Drake. Trying to stay in this game, trying to get the Drake advantage.
You see, you see here Smalls begging for the Leo to leave him alone.
Asher is going to land onto the Annie. Looks like just to stop the back. Oh, and here comes the Amumu finding himself at a Leona.
Oh,
I don't know if that's
they
what you want,
collapse. It
though.
can be deadly.
Oh, but that's a big Ezreal R. They're going to flash in. They're going to catch the Janna out. Janna will get her ult off in time. Mumu will go down, though, as well.
Wow.
Leona's being taken down by the Ashe. Ashe is going to turn and fight here. There are big shields over here. Oh, and a big flash here. Will it be enough? The shields will not. He'll get himself a triple kill onto the Ezreal.
Uh-oh.
And the Vlad's going to come in and pick himself up one little kill onto the Ezreal as well. That's huge, though. That's a shutdown going over to the Ezreal as well as 2 more kills.
That aggression on
Huge.
Sharky's out of there was interesting.
Indeed, but that's a huge gold swing. They've made up about 2 or 3K. It's still pretty sizable, but that was pretty massive. As it's a bit of an overstep there by the side of Washed Up Gamers. Trying to be a little overly aggressive because they know they're pretty big. And then, Vlad comes and saves the day, gets himself another mid turret.
Well, the only plus side to him getting all the gold so far, short of Ashes a little bit, is that, like you said earlier, if they can chain stun Vlad, all that gold is going to waste.
Well, that's the hard part that I didn't mention earlier. Vlad has a special get out of jail free card. Well, Souls is not in a very good spot. He's already pretty low. The Ornhorn's going to come down. He's going to land it. And that's a shutdown! Going over to the Ornn. Massive 500 goal and another misstep from the side of Washed Up Gamers. Meanwhile, though, they're going to try to punish this Ezreal. They will get the cleanse out for the Ash Arrow.
It was a very smart cleanse, though.
This game is certainly looking like it's not in a good spot for the side of BBL, but any missteps here continued by the side of Washed Up Gamers can cost them. There's a lot of standing gold for the side of BBL. Meanwhile, it looks like we are trying to force a fight on the side of Washed Up Gamers. Meanwhile, Leon's going to go in, land a nice stun, but there's going to be a big Amumu R, but this is a 4v3. Amumu will pick up a kill. They're going to fight up. Nice flash in there by the Amumu. Unfortunately, though, the Ezreal, who's already big, is just going to continue to pick up kills, and that's going to be another triple kill for this Ezreal.
I'm wondering if the blue side is just not getting too comfortable right this second, because they're starting to let it go little by little.
They certainly are, and we are now only at a 6K gold lead, as we did see that turret go down in the top as well for the side of BBL, getting themselves.
And you
some
wonder
more
how
gold.
differently that would have turned out if Set would have just backed instead of just going for jungle farm for no reason.
Well, there's a lot of what ifs in this game, but we are not focused on the what ifs. We are focused.
Touché.
We are focused on the outcomes, and right now, the outcome is telling me this: the gold lead that was top side is now only 1K, and the gold lead in bot lane is completely vanished as Ezreal's now got himself a 1K gold lead. Only the mid and jungle still have an advantage for the side of Washed Up
7K
Gamers.
is still pretty sizable, but the longer this game goes on, it's not going to make as much of a difference.
Absolutely. And remember, this is going to come down to team fights. Can the side of BBL survive the burst and the big play R's that are going to come out of Washed Up Gamers? And it's, like you said, the longer the game goes on, the more likely that is that BBL can. And with Ezreal being big, these team fights get mighty scary for the side of Washed Up Gamers.
We also never got to see a real 5v5 last game, so I'd be interested to see how it plays out this game.
Certainly. As they're going to try to go in on Sharkies, but he's a big boy. He's very tanky. They got maybe through about half of his HP. But I believe he does have a Warmogs, which he does, and it is upgraded. So it's going to be pretty hard to
30,000
kill
health
this guy.
confirmed.
Indeed. Small doesn't know he's sitting in a ward. He's going to get poked here a little bit by the Ezreal. It looks like they're just trying to set up this Drake. Leona's going to get poked out a bit there.
It's a good burst of damage on Leo.
Yep, but this fight's going to all come down to this Ezreal's positioning here. He does not have cleanse. They can wait on it. I want to check the timer on that.
We do have a TP on Set, but he chose not to take it. And he just
Oh, here
ran
goes the
back.
Ezreal. It's
Now
going to
we
land onto the Ezreal. And that is also going to be a nice tornado. But the Ezreal should be able to get away. Big R coming out of the Amumu. And a huge set R is going to hit them all. That is going to be massive damage. Double kill for the Set. And this fight is over in the blink of an eye.
That was the combo that we were looking for earlier when we talked about it.
Absolutely. Now, Washed Up Gamers can certainly threaten an early end here. It does look like they're going to pull off, and they decide to go for the Drake instead. They won't even take the inhib. I feel like that might be a bit of a costly mistake. They had time
Well,
to finish
Baron's
that.
up too now. So I'm curious as to why they're going Drake instead of Baron.
Well, they're going to try to focus it. But they are leaving a small sliver of hope here for the side of BBL. So now BBL will be able to contest this Baron pretty freely, even though it is almost a 10k gold lead. 9k at the
At least
current
they were
moment.
on the same page. As soon as they backed off the turret, they knew exactly where they were going, and they all got there together.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, this Vlad is sitting on almost what's he at? 2.5, basically 3 items. If you consider, yeah, he does. He's got it. That's what I thought. He's got 3 items now. He bought his Medjais, and he's got a 700 gold shutdown. So they definitely want to try to get that on the side of BBL. Oh, and what a banish toss and a big Mumuar. The cleanse will come out, and he will be able to get away.
Oh, now he's got...
But Leona
arrow
looks to
didn't
be in a
last
bad
very
spot.
long.
They can keep. Oh, and then Leona will be forced to flash. But here comes the flash of the Annie, and they're going to take down the Ashe. They're going to land the CC on Janna as well. She's going to be chucked down, but the set's going to be a big unstoppable, but he's going to miss the E. Now he's getting poked for free. What is he going to do? There's a big W, and the damage is going to be enough. Can Souls get anything else? No, he's going to be taken down as well. The bleed, Levi will get the kill, but the Vlad is still up. Is Vlad going to try to do anything crazy? It doesn't look like it. He's going to back off. The
You
fight
certainly don't want to risk the game.
No, but the fight started so well in the favor of
But it's
Washed Up
Baron time.
Gamers. But they weren't able
They
to
have
get
an
it
advantage
together.
of 4. They need to get on Baron.
Yeah, but they don't have their constant DPS, and Vlad is still up, who could certainly completely destroy a team fight. As you see, the pings are coming out that there's no Ezreal Flash or Cleanse, as well as the big gold bounty on this Vladimir.
That was a good chunk of damage out of that.
No, he's at a big point in the game. He is sitting on almost 3 items right now. He's got his full Muramana completed. He's going to be hitting like a truck in these team fights.
Especially if he ends up going the spear build where it applies slow on hit, he's going to be able to kite a whole lot more. And his E is coming up pretty quickly.
Oh, well, we see Vlad has a little bit of a flank right now. Leona could be in a bad spot. Ezreal's all by himself, man. He's going to dodge out the Ashe arrow, but his E is down. They're going to land this slow, and this Ezreal is just going to be demolished here. Big flash of Mumuar, going to take down the jungler as well. And, of course, we're getting that baloney throwing me off of my game.
Perfect timing.
I know. But they're not going to get anything else out of it. But they are going to turn on a Baron here. And at 25 minutes, we're sitting at about an 8k gold lead. An attempt to steal the Baron from the Ivern. It will not be had. Alright, Sharky's going to try to turn here onto Souls. They're going to drop the Ignite. They're going to chase CCM down. And Set is just going to disappear. Set going down now for the 4th time.
And that's a pretty big health pool disappearing pretty quickly for not really having a primary damage dealer involved.
What do you mean? They have Ornn.
Ornn.
Ornn is the AD carry of this game.
See, look, I told you Leona had a horse.
She does. She indeed does.
It's Rel Jr.
Yes. You didn't know this, but the whole game Leona was supporting this Ornn.
You stick to what works. I give him props for sticking with it.
Yes. Meanwhile, there has been an upgrade been done on to the Triforce for Ezreal as well. So the Ezreal's just going to continue to do a lot of damage. Oh no, Ivern put himself in a bad spot. He's going to force the flash. But now Smalls, he's going to drop the ult and the W. Big Astro is going to come down. He's going to heal a bunch. Nice chunk on the damage. Here comes the TP from Set. Levi is going to be demolished. Amumu's going to come in. Leona is not meant for this world either. LOL man is in a bad spot. He's forced to E over the wall, but it's not going to be enough. He looks like he's going to go down. No, he's going to be able to drop the cleanse. They look like there's going to be the CC chain Smalls down to keep him off. But meanwhile, they're just pushing mid lane. They're just looking for the game. They're looking to tap the series. They're going to take down this Ivern. All that's left standing between them and a victory is just these Nexus turrets and a giant old man who just doesn't matter. They're going to beat Sharkies down. They're going to catch out Ezreal. And this game is going to end as we are going to a game 3.
This has been a very good series.
Indeed, I'm super happy that the first series of split has got us into a game 3. There's nothing more exciting than dropping the silver scrapes. I just don't have that ability right now because I don't feel like going to YouTube.
I got those LCS little banger sticks as well if I need to inflate those right quick.
Yeah, it's massive. And look at these damage charts. The set did so much damage that game with 30k. Ashe as well. But you thought the Vlad was the star of the show. Well, I'll tell you that all of the carries and the Amumu did more damage than the Vlad this game. But the Vlad's still my MVP. What a performance out of Smalls. Did not die one time. Fully stacked Medjais. Just an unkillable god doing whatever he wanted on the map when he was around. So now we're gonna wait on the draft. I'll go ahead and get that open for us. We do have another game going on, which it looks like it just started. So hopefully we'll be able to catch that series as well. Checking the match history just to kind of see if they played a game already, but it does not look like they have. It is between Sad Jellyfish, the champions of last splits, and Summoner's Drift.
Two very strong names. I would also like to point out that we are right on Shroud's heels as far as live viewers. We're up to 15, and he has a measly 30.3K.
We're doing it.
Coming for you, big dog.
We're doing it. We're doing it. All right, we are out there making some real strides out here. So, still waiting for any info on what's going on here with Game 3. I hope nobody's surrendering.
That would be a surprise power move. Make a statement, week 1.
Surrender Game 3. Sorry, we can't do it. You guys win. Imagine it's the team that won Game 2. Washed up gamers is like, we're so washed up we got a bedtime.
I mean, we're pushing mine right now. We're getting real close.
All right, so I'm hearing there's a 5-minute break for them. I wonder if we should just go take a peek at this other game.
Let's chime in while we can.
No, I don't want to throw us off. We got a job to do. It's unfortunate. We have to finish this series off. I cannot finish the series off when it's going to 3 games. That's just ridiculous. What kind of caster would I be?
On the edge of our seats too.
Absolutely. No, hopefully we can catch the next series and see, even if it's game 3, I'd be happy with that. But they're only 5 minutes into game 1, so it's a possibility we finish these games at the same time and we can jump in. But it is pretty unfortunate. I might do a special cast tomorrow. Maybe I'll download the games and cast the game. We will tell nobody what happened. Nobody will go to Battlefy. Nobody will look to see the outcome. We'll just go in with a smile on our faces and just
You're just gonna have to trust us.
click play. That's it. But I certainly would love to cast the game in the series. So we'll see what we can do. I'm planning to cast tomorrow's games as well. I think there was only one series that was posted. let me take a peek. I know you're good, Smalls. No worry. I heard from the man himself. All right. Let's see. Let's go check the schedules. There it is. I could have sworn I saw a series for tomorrow. I guess not. Oh no, I think I think I know what it was. There's a possible series tomorrow. That's what I was hearing. So we could have a series tomorrow at 7 EST, but I am not sure yet. These two captains were hashing it out. They were having a boxing match about when they should play, so I guess whoever knocks out who is going to be the one to decide the time of the game.
I would also like to point out that the minute I called out Shroud, he got offline. So,
oh man, you're really scaring that guy. So what are the changes we got to make here? Like let's kind of we got a few minutes here. Let's kind of review these two drafts. We know the outcomes of both games. Game one was a very decisive win by BBL. It was not close at all, in my opinion. I think they controlled the game from pretty much start to finish. And then we had the game two. The biggest change that BBL made, and I wonder if they just go back to, is the Kai'Sa. They came off the Kai'Sa. The Kai'Sa was available, but they chose to take the Ezreal instead. Do we see that as the big change for BBL here? As I do think that game two was a little bit closer than game one in terms of how that game could have went. It wasn't a decisive victory on the side of Washed Up Gamers. They made some mistakes. They certainly allowed BBL a chance. So
they did. We're going to have to see a more final and more polished end game for sure, because there was once or twice where they could have ended and they should have just beeline straight towards it. I respect the back off, the regroup, the macro play, but if you can end it, there's no need to do any of that. They did a good job of picking up afterwards, though. I don't know if Kai's is the answer. It seems to me like whoever gets that first blood sets just the motion of the whole game.
yeah, absolutely, and that's the biggest thing for sure I saw. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. Sorry we're not able to cast your boys' game right now. I kind of feel bad.
I don't hate the Ornn choice, but I hate how aggressive he was after he got behind.
The Ornn? You don't like?
Yeah, I feel like there was. I mean, I know you have to be aggressive, but it has to be at the right place and time. And 3 or 4 of those kills, he could have just continued queuing out of the way or Eing out of the way, but instead he went right back in.
Well, those fights are still close, even when there was a bit of a lead on the side of Ornn. Set. I apologize. Even when there was a lead on the side of Set, you were still seeing the Ornn being able to trade really well, and the fights were certainly close. Obviously, you don't really want to have extended fights against the Set when you're Ornn. It's not really what you're looking for in the trades, but they were definitely close. And
yeah, and I think it was more the extended fights where I'm talking about. Like, he had some good pokes, some good trade, equal health damage gone, and then he would back up for a half a second and then go right back in. And Set's going to win those every time.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing when you're talking about that matchup was the fact that the Ornn, he outplayed the Set in the early game there. He got that kill on that tower dive, was able to collect his wave. So was there still an advantage over the Set? Slightly, but it was very diminished at that point, and the Ornn came back a lot healthier, more for beef to get through from the Set, and the Set just did not have the damage at the time to do so. But the big turn of that game, and this is the biggest thing about the whole game, was the Amumu's impact. We could talk about that great level 1 there for the side of Ashe and Janna, but the biggest thing was really just true that Amumu. Wonderful gank there mid, then transitioned into a wonderful gank top, and just stayed with his foot on the gas pedal the whole game. And
Absolutely.
I believe that was truly the turning tide for that set matchup into Orn.
And it took us
So-
25 minutes before he missed a Q, and that's pretty impressive.
No, he did. He did miss another one. I remember him flashing in and missing one, but he just walked up and Art instead. But yeah, I mean that Amumu actually performed very well. I could even argue that honestly, the Amumu might have been the MVP of that game. You know, the Amumu.
I would agree with
But-
that because if he misses one or two of those bandage tosses, it's a whole different game for a couple of engages.
Yes, and thank you. I'm glad that the audio is good. It sounds like they're 5 minutes in with a one or an even goal lead, in the other matchup. That's really really nice. Happy to hear that. Sounds like that's probably going to be a good series. Like I said, it really sucks missing out on that. Some guy commenting you are great. It's creepy. Who's that guy?
My bad.
We got to get you into the game this time because
Yeah.
you're a little behind what I'm seeing.
Yep.
So if you don't get in, I don't know. Well, maybe if you can get in the beginning, you won't have the issues. So I'll invite you as soon as they invite me, and hopefully that'll be fine.
If not, we'll let you take the lead like last time.
Well, I can also turn on the stream, and you can watch my perspective in Discord. Make it easier so you're not, missing what the heck is going on when I'm a little ahead of you. I guess I could turn off the stream delay. Not like we really need it, considering there's the delay in the whole darn league game. But whatever. So yeah, so what I honestly would be looking for me, if I were the side, and I'm gonna go from both sides here. So first off, let's start with BBL since they lost game 2. For me, the biggest change that I'd make, I would get back on that Kai'Sa. I don't think the Ivern worked in game 2. Maybe switch that up, or maybe just ban the Amumu. The Yona was fine, so I think if you Leona Kai'Sa bot lane, I think it's very strong still. And then the only other change I would make, if you want to still run the Ornn, I think that's also fine. I think his Ornn was good. It just he got behind and game.
And there was a
broke
couple
open.
big Ivern saves that kept Annie
Yeah.
really in it longer than she should have been.
Yeah. But the Ivern there particularly doesn't seem like it worked as well, especially with a champion like Amumu who has such high ganking pressure early. It's a lot more threatening even early than even Volibear is. Because of the long range bandage toss. And then I would maybe consider switching off the Annie. I don't think the Annie was just proactive enough as a pick. Didn't have enough agency in the lane. And again, I know that had a lot to do with the Mumu,
Right.
and that's like the biggest takeaway here is just the Mumu. So I would really just consider taking that off the board. But it still
I'd like to
feels
see
like
something with a little bit more survivability.
not even survivability, just something that can get control of that lane would be what I'd be looking for. So they're gonna get counter pick. We've seen, I believe actually, yeah, the blue side won both games actually, which is surprising to me. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming BBL will take counter pick again. I could be wrong, but
So do you put him back on Yon?
I mean, he did play pretty well in the Yone. I'm not gonna lie. I think he had some really
Late
nice
game
ults.
Yone was strong.
Yeah, his early game was a little more on the rougher side. Kennen was definitely having the power in the lane, but you kind of expect that. It's a range matchup versus a melee matchup. Yeah, I
Right.
think he was more comfortable, it seemed, on the Yone. So yeah, I would probably go back to a similar comp from the game 1. Maybe just get rid of that Ivern and just play something else entirely. Because you've already seen that this guy's willing to pull out different picks, and you could try to push him onto the Volibear, but I mean, they didn't ban any junglers unless it's a Gragas ban towards the jungle. That's what I think BBL should absolutely do. Looking
Yeah.
at draft just started. They started without me. I'm doing all this talking. That's crazy.
You've been demoted as well.
It's apparently. Let me find you where you at on League. I don't see you. Are you red right now? Oh, you're not even online. What the heck?
No, I bugged out again, so I just stopped trying.
Well, you can try now while we have a chance. Get in here quick.
All right.
Okay, so anyways, I didn't get a chance to talk about what Washed Up Gamers should do, but they did get red side here, so BBL did take blue side. Blue side has been the stronger, side of the draft here, so it seems a priority. We got the Lilia this time for the side of big back laners. It had been banned back-to-back games, so we're gonna see that pick up here. He does go back to his Yone. We're also seeing him on the Amumu again, which is huge for him. And we're going to get a Lissandra Seraphine in this game. I think Lissandra is a very good pick here. Great lockdown, but they are super AP heavy. So you're going to have to get a AD top here as well as...
And it's going to have to be a tanky AD top as well.
Not necessarily. You do have a Mumu. Jin was the pickup on the side of BBL, which is really good for the range, keeping having a safe artillery type AD carry, who can just kind of follow up on this Lilia and Yone engage so far that they've drafted. And then we're gonna get a Vayne, so that solves your AD problem actually right there.
Yep.
It's just tons of DPS out of this Vayne pick.
True damage, absolutely.
All right, you're back. Let's pray that the problems are no longer happening.
There we go.
All right, cool. I can't spectate yet, so I'll have to wait. In the meantime, what are you going to pick on blue? Blue gets a last-second Renekton. Okay.
I'm okay with that. Something he can be a little bit more aggressive on.
Absolutely. I'm really liking BBL's draft here. I think it's a really well designed draft. They got the AP jungler. They're allowed to go AD now in solo lanes. And what is he gonna pick here? Bot lane. His Leona's banned. We've seen it back to back. It looks like he's gonna lock in that Bard. No, he's gonna swap to Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank is very good into Seraphine. Can certainly be good into Vayne too. I like it. I like it. It's very spicy. You don't get to see a lot of Blitzcranks, you know.
There's a lot of burst damage happening on both sides right here.
Certainly. But I would say in extended trade, it favors the side of washed up gamers this game.
Absolutely. I mean, your best case scenario is that Vayne doesn't get fed, and he's still a problem. Your worst case scenario is Blitz misses a hook on a Vayne, and you got him free.
I do not like that set pickup. And yes, the Amumu is back. He's here to just run over a game. I do not like the set here. You have two champions that can completely negate your shield, an Empowered Renekton W and Blitzcrank Ultimate. I think that is a very, very bad pickup on the side of washed up gamers. And look, if he pops up on it again, that's great. That's awesome. Doesn't mean it's a good pick. I think that's very, very much a slip up here in the draft. But he performed well on it, so obviously you got to go with comfort. But I believe that is 100% a counter matchup.
A surprising twist. It seems that you have joined the team for the game.
Yes, surprise, surprise. That was the twist to get it
Celebrity
through.
shot.
I had it planned, everybody. I had it planned. It's huge place. All right. Meanwhile, let's just take a peek at this game here. Let's go. Let's drop down here. It's 20 minutes into their game. Oh man, they're having a banger game. I'm just depressed now. Yeah, I'm playing Lissandra this game. Little do you know, I'm the Arab Lissandra god. That's my sleeper pick, Loki. Listen, brother, we know you're talking about Aram, okay? As well. We know you don't play that shit bot lane. I'm really excited for this game 3. This is the way you start the split. You start the split with a really good series, and that's what I'm happy with. You know, we started off a little rocky. I was a little worried there for a minute, but we've made it this far.
Yeah, you don't want to see a 3-0 either way.
What's wrong? Can't take
Well, a 2-0 for all the viewers. It's not a 5-game series; it's a 3-game series. But
My bad. 3. All
you
right.
know what he's saying. Yeah, if we were playing a 5-game series in regular season, man, that'd be a lot. All right, I'm gonna take a bathroom break. I've been drinking all this damn water, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the toilet real quick. I will be back.
I do not tolerate cowardice.
Coward. May you die with your eyes closed. I must not fall.
Ah, I returned from the grave. That is my toilet. Oh shit. Guys, my phone is dead. It's unfortunate. Let me go grab a charger. I need that. Keep track of time. I am ready to rumble.
I like these comps. I'm excited to see team fights.
I do too. I think they're good. I think both teams are really good.
I don't hate the set because at least he can peel off any one individual from the vein if they get on him quickly.
Yeah, no,
So
I
I
mean,
see where they're coming from.
yeah, I mean, so Renekton will obviously have some HP, so like he'll be okay to ult as well as the Blitzcrank. So there's like gonna be some extra damage coming out of that. But it's just not about that for me. It's more about the fact that like if they land a Blitzcrank hook onto the set, they can absolutely CC chain him and just kill him, and he won't even have an opportunity to live with his W because they could just negate that with Blitzcrank or Renekton, and that's the big thing. So like in a lot of situations, you see a champion like Set, you don't want to pull them if you're Blitzcrank, but in this circumstance, it's safe and it's fine to do, and so that's the big thing. And we knew it was coming, but again, I mean,
Yeah.
if the set performs, has a good game, I mean, who am I to judge at that point? I guess you still can't convince me it's a good pick because he has a good game, though. I mean, there's so many factors to how this game works, and you could be in a counter matchup, pick yourself into a counter matchup, and still win the game because you have another 4 members of your team that are there to have your back. So that's
Well, I
what
mean,
the
that and
what it
one
comes down
good
to.
Lilia Q and E and then a R, and then you got half the problem out of the equation for at least a couple seconds.
Yeah, well, that's the hope. We'll
That is
see.
the hope.
We'll see. We'll see what the Lily has got. I mean, hopefully we don't get no 9-man sleeps this game. Poor speaker. But I do think the biggest thing is these team fights on the side of washed up gamers are insane. You got the Amumu, the Seraphine, Lissandra, just there to
I feel like they're just
layer it all
rotating a
together.
lot better too. Every time you turn around, Mumu is right here, so their communication's got to be on point.
Well, that game, they certainly was. That first game, We're not gonna talk about the first game for Washed Up Gamers, man.
They're a little rusty. You know, they didn't play any ARAM to warm up.
Yeah. No Arab dorm. You're right.
I am excited if they actually bring back the Twisted Tree line, though. I've heard about that.
Oh, I did not. I would be hyped for that. Twisted Tree Line League incoming. If you'd like to be a part of it, hit me up at 696969twistedgaming.com.
Yeah, it feels weird to actually be in the game now and have a little bit different perspective.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. What an experience. Yo, that Jin skin is wild. What the heck?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't ever see that skin.
I feel like the Ocean Song Yone is as close as we're going to get to the Emerald Tarek. Nobody ever uses pink Tarek anymore, and that makes me upset.
You literally came out of nowhere. What in the world, man? Yeah, the screen was black. It was just loading in. It's being slow. I apologize. We're good now, though. Alright, well, hopefully this gets to be a very exciting
Oh, there we go.
game 3 for everybody. I'm seeing some pings. Looks like we want to stack. So, I guess that's what we're getting. No problem, Sandy. Now you'll see the actual game, too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're walking on a ward. Oh no, the Blitzcrank! Oh, and it's a huge E from Seraphine and a huge E from the set. Sharkies looks to be in a bad spot. He will go down as well. Drizzy is running for her life. Oh, and the flash in won't land. Oh no.
All right, so now the objection on set might have already been replaced as he's got a 2-kill head start immediately.
Yes, that is not good if you're this Renekton. He's coming back with double longsword. That was a massive, massive setup from the Seraphine, and then the follow-up from the set. Absolutely disgusting. All in all, though, it's the sums that were burned were Renekton Flash, Lilia Flash, and then we had Vayne Flash and Lissandra Flash. So, still a lot of sums on the table, considering how crazy that level 1 was. They finally decided to give us some excitement.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm happy with that compared to the normal sit and wait and pan out.
And Levi is really struggling here in this early lane.
That's how it started out against Ken, and he ended up okay in the end.
Yeah, but that was I don't remember him being this low. He's pretty low. And he's being zoned off creeps as well. And we see these jungler paths here. Blitzcrank is walking in. He's trying to do something cheeky. Oh, he's trying to flash in. He's going to drop the ignite. Oh, no. What is this guy doing?
Oh, don't give the Vayne a start.
Oh, they are going to force out the
no.
heal, but unfortunately... big back laners are going to end up with broken backs watching their support do that.
That's a quick 4-0 lead.
That's huge. We're already up to 2k gold advantage.
It's the two people you don't want.
Yes, the Vayne and the sets.
You know, I like the idea behind Blitz, though. Get in there, kind of annoy him a little bit, mess up his route. Good idea. Not the best execution.
Instead of flashing in to try to steal the camp, I think the best bet would have been drop the ignite, throw a Q.
Yeah, I mean, you
Okay.
did what you tried to do. You bothered him, you annoyed him, you made him think about it. You got to just take your small victories and get out. Levi's in some danger here, though.
He's gonna drop the E, do some chunk there on Lissandra, but I think the health advantage is really favoring this Lissandra. Meanwhile, they're gonna spot Lissandra coming over, but I don't think Lilia can contest this. Banish toss won't land. Here comes the E, and the E will land on top of the W. Drizzy's now in a really bad spot. And the kill will go over to Amumu. Now Levi looking a little risky, but no, the Blitzcrank is coming over. It's a nice W. Blitz is going to Hex Flash, land the E. That should be a dead Lissandra. Meanwhile, on the backside, Levi was forced to flash away from the set. When's that Blitzcrank grab going to come up? Set's trying to block for the Amumu. Oh, now they're just going to turn back here. And that is not a
I was
fight
gonna say,
that
now
they
you're stuck in
win.
a fight you don't want.
Yes. And, oh, and the shield going to come in just in time? Oh, now the set's got another 2 kills. Just a massive lead for this set. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the gold. Already up 1,200 gold on his lane opponent after starting
What a
this
roam
game
from Seraphine.
4-0.
I mean, I wasn't watching the minimap, and it kind of caught me off guard whenever she popped up there. What good roam from her.
Indeed. It's looking like big back laners are just losing focus right now here in game 3.
I mean, if you look, it's the assists more than anything. You have a 0-0-5 Seraphine, a 2-0-1 Vayne, a 0-1-4 Lissandra, and a 1-0-6 Amumu. Everybody's involved in everything.
Absolutely. All that being said, it's still only a 2.7k gold lead. They're certainly not out of this game.
No, not at all.
This is the time when you just gotta focus up. Focus on the task at hand. Oh, and they're gonna land the CC there on top of this Blitzcrank, who is just continuously getting punished. That should be another kill going on over to Vayne here, and yes, it will be. Fuyu is just getting massive. Here's a dive in the top lane. Oh, and a flash W! That is huge for Souls. That is a shutdown, but Renekton's going to miss so much there on the turret.
Yeah, that's a stacked wave there.
How much was that shutdown? Only 300 gold bonus, so wasn't too bad. Meanwhile, Mumu is soloing this Drake. Lilia should not have much of a contest here. Smalls is going to move over to make sure that his jungler is safe. As well as here comes this fed Vayne.
Yeah, Vayne's already scary as it is. Better yet, a fed one.
Yes. Oh, now Levi's just going to get the yard dropped on him. Here comes the layer of the CC, and he has no shot. And that'll just be another kill going over to this Vayne, who's now 4-0. And just completely massive.
And they're
here.
feeding it right to him, too. Lissandra backed up just enough where he could get that last hit.
Oh, nice hook, though. He's going to go over to the Seraphine, but LOL, the man doesn't have any mana, so there's really just no follow-up.
He was too far away to do anything anyways. Unless he immediately popped off a W, there was no way it was even going to turn into anything.
Lilia is currently doing the grubs. She got 1, but she should be getting pushed off here. No, she's got 2. But Amumu's on the way. He will get it. Oh, and he's going to flash in.
flash?
Going to land the bandage toss. Going to land the R. Does he have enough for the solo kill? No, he's going to put himself in a bad spot. Right at the Yone. And the Levi is going to pick up the kill.
I can appreciate the aggression, but I don't know what you expected to pick up there.
I guess he decided he wanted the black screen. Or, well,
Even if you
a
got the
gray
one kill, you
screen.
still had 2 people collapsing. There was only one outcome there. I mean, he got Sharky's scared to even lane up top.
I mean, at this point, what laning can you do?
Right.
This set's 5-1. Still hasn't had a completed item though, but he's still pretty massive. All in all, though, when you look at the items, it's actually pretty close. It's not actually different at all. It's just the level advantage that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and a 3K gold lead still isn't humongous either.
All right, Sharky's gonna drop the R. Does get a bit of a trade off. Lilia's now up
Comes
here.
the ult.
She's gonna land the ult onto him, but he's gonna drop a big R. He's gonna cancel the
Wow.
Lilia R. Gonna dodge the Blitzcrank hook. Soul's making plays, but unfortunately will not be enough, and Sharky will get the kill.
It was very well played, though. He's in the air with his R just long enough to negate that sleep.
That's a little bit of golden flux now going on to this Renekton, who has made it now only a 300 gold difference between the shutdown he got, another kill, and a plate.
More than anything, too, he got momentum. I mean, Set was just up top doing whatever he wanted to do without any consequences.
Oh, now this poor Jin doesn't know what's lurking around the corner, and it's not just one.
4
It's
bots.
not just 2. It's 4. Oh, they're gonna get the cleanse off in time, and a Mumu is still gonna come in there, drop the curse of the sad mommy, get a kill, and here's the TP pick. Oh, and it's gonna be
man,
canceled.
up.
It's gonna be canceled, but I don't know if that was
Was
worth
it
it.
though? Yeah.
Another kill going over to the Samumu.
And now we're gonna get a plate possibly on a Vayne as well.
Yeah, but we also got some plates on this Yone.
Very true.
See how much he's able to acquire.
Okay, 1 plate for Vayne.
So 2 kills and a plate for 2 plates and some XP. I'm going to say overall the advantage still going to go over to Washed Up Gainers, but that's pretty huge for Levi. He's kind of sticking around in this game. He's the one member on the team that hasn't had as much of a rough outing.
Right.
With that said, though, the completion of the Eclipse is really big for this Renekton. It's 1 item to 1 item, so it's not much of an advantage anymore on the top side. It's pretty much just an even matchup at this point.
And if he goes toe-to-toe with him, I mean, that Eclipse could do some big damage quickly, too.
Absolutely.
We see Levi starting to get a lot more aggressive here now, too, though.
Yeah, he should be pretty safe in this matchup.
So far, it
now.
hasn't paid off, but he's, yeah.
And he's gonna force out Lyssandra's ulti. Barely take any damage. Set almost being able to dodge that. Not able to though, unfortunately. And he just looks like he was trying to
Walked away.
do a bit of a bait there, maybe R or something, but got his stuff messed up a little bit there. This Vayne could
chunk of
probably dive
damage.
his shin. Oh no, Blitzcrank is not in a good spot, but Lily is here to save the day, and that's going to be a double sleep. Oh, and now Mumu's going to go down. Oh, trade for the
Got the last
Blitzcrank,
second
but
kill.
Soul should go next. That's a big double kill for this Renekton. The game is now starting to slowly fall apart. It's forcing Fuyu to make a play bot side. Fuyu will get the free dive off.
That was what I was waiting to see.
But all of a sudden, this game, which was looking like it might have been out of reach for big back laners early on, it's evened out pretty much. And it's a 3K gold lead, but it doesn't feel like a true 3K gold lead right now, Brian.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Let's go ahead and peer at the items
We also
here.
haven't seen a team fight with Vayne involved, though, because Vayne is going to be a problem.
Yeah, she's got her board completed already. And she's got some gold in the bank. Meanwhile, Mumu's going to start up this Drake while the Grubs are taking top side. So that should be a total of 5 Grubs for the side of BBL. But the team that's ahead will have the Drake advantage.
And
we're
it's
go-
infernal.
Yes, and we're going to get ourselves a Heztech Drake Soul. So pretty strong Soul opportunity for the side of Washed Up Gamers.
I'm not sure if they know. Oh, now they know.
No, they know now. They're going to turn on the Blitz. But I don't know how they're going to force themselves to drop all these ultimates just to kill this guy. Or not all. You only dropped the one, but at this point, I feel like that's an okay trade if you're that Blitzcrank. Your life doesn't matter much.
Yeah.
You've died about 7 times, so what's one more death?
The familiar Souls play, waiting in the bush.
Yeah, we saw that
The
last
old
game.
the ex Fnatic player.
Here comes down the curtain call. Meanwhile, we are seeing a bit of trading bot side and some trading bid. We're just seeing
Everywhere.
fights everywhere.
Yeah.
We did see Vayne flash away bot side if you look here. Oh, and here goes Levi going in. Souls is going to drop an ulti on himself, but I don't think it's going to matter. He should go down here. Oh, and then they're going to pick up the Lilia on the bot side here in the trade, as well as this Blitzcrank. So they were able to get the Vayne flash, but it does not seem to matter. And this Vayne is just continuing to pocket more gold.
Yeah, that Eclipse is making a big difference on the top lane.
And this is how the matchup's supposed to go, Brian. It's a counter matchup that Set picked himself into. He just happened to get himself a nice fat early lead, and then now it's been offset with a
Yeah.
couple missteps here by the Set, and now we're back to square one for this matchup.
You gotta admire the confidence that you have coming in, but it certainly wasn't the best pick.
And this is where the game will get harder for the side of Washington Gamers. Yes, they have a 3.5K gold lead. Or, no, I'm sorry, 3K gold lead. But it's only going to matter so much.
We're also seeing a lot better macro play.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Set's going to go down again. And this Amumu is in a very bad spot. It's not a place you want to be. They could just die for free. This is Renekton. It's just absolutely starting to take over the game. That is his 3rd double kill. And he's now 7-3-1.
Meanwhile, we still got just a farm
Score
lane
right now,
bottom.
it's series is tied 1-1. We're in game 3. This is the final game of the series. What happened in the other series there, Sandy? Should have just had you cast that series, huh? She could have streamed it live for everybody. That'd have been fine.
Look at that burn damage going on to Fuyu. That was 1 E.
Yeah, and then Lily's behind too. Gross AP damage. Alright, so Summoner's Drift is down 0-1 in their series for anybody who might be wondering. The fans of Summoner's Drift over here.
Well, he's not losing his confidence at all because he still stands there just waiting to go. You think at this point Set would start to back up just a little bit.
No, clearly these top laners know one thing. That's how to brawl.
I mean, that's the lane that I like. But now we got Renekton 7-3-1.
That's unfortunate. Meanwhile, we've got ourselves a banger series here, so glad you're able to watch it here, Sandy. Oh, Vayne looks like she's in a bad spot.
There.
The Yone I was going to miss. That's a really nice
What a-
condemn. They're going to get the shield off. Big R coming out. Oh, the Renekton's going to flash it and get just shut down. This is a very bad. That is very bad. And Renekton's going to get himself, it looks like a triple kill. No, he will in the end. Oh, no. Triple kill for this Renekton.
Scary lifeguard there.
Fat shutdown. And now this Renekton has a 700 gold shutdown. Sharky said, I will not be denied this game. It doesn't matter that my bot lane is 0-12. I'm going to win. Get on my back, boys. Get on my back. Literally, he's a big back laner. Get it?
It was crazy. We've seen all the action that's been going on. You still have Jin up by 10 CS, 12 CS, which
we
is
should-
surprising.
We should check the gold right now. I mean, it's still a about a 3K gold lead, but or 2K gold lead. Look at that Renekton now, though. He got 11,000 gold in 18 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, Lissandra's going to find a big pick. They're going to be able to take down Drizzy. Renekton's in a bad spot. Can they
you
shut him
kidding
down?
me?
Renekton just won't die. Oh, and Vayne's going to get a huge shutdown. 700 gold in Fuyu's pocket. Now the Vayne's getting opportunity to free fire. Oh, my goodness. What a find for this Lissandra. Huge play. And now here comes Vayne.
I was
Gonna
getting ready
ult
to
in.
say something about flashing in and ulting.
Unbelievable. The Drake is up if they want it. What are they going to do? Made Renekton into a purse. Now, they finally took care of that Renekton. I mean, they do have tons of damage. I was about to point out, he's already got 11k gold in this game. Almost 12k now. And he's got a nearly 5k gold lead. And here comes
Yeah, but
Smalls
he's
going
up
back in.
30 CS.
Fully committing. Going to flash out, but will go down to Drizzy. And here's the hook. It's going to land onto the Seraphine. They're going to land their CC onto the Croc, but it's not going to matter. Big flash in Q. They're going to take down the Amumu as well. And Vayne will disappear. These fights have just been back and forth. Mind you, folks, at one point in this game, it was like 10 kills to 1. We are now 21 kills to 18. We are 38,000 gold to 36. And in fact, the gold lead is now on the side of BBL. And they're able to pick themselves up a Drake till they stop the Drake stacking. This game is insane. And you know what, Brian? You know what it seems like to me? It seems that the missteps from last game that the side of washed up gamers were making, they're making them again, but this time it's coming back to bite them in the butt a little more.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, even now, what did you hope to achieve by taking that?
Well,
that
as we were speaking, that's a huge set R on top of a huge Seraphine R. Apparently, he knew what he was doing, Brian. Don't question
we still got
the
Vayne
god.
coming in here. It's still a fed
And
Vayne.
Vayne with cleanse,
There goes the ult.
and she should
You
pick
might
up.
as well stop running and try to fight.
Yeah, if the
You're not gonna get away from a
Jin's
Vayne.
dead. Wow, these fights are just back and forth. Teams just refusing to reset. Now they should be looking down to the Baron. It looks like they might be. They do not need their Amumu to do this. They should just be starting it up. They are going to start it up. They're going to get a TP in there from the Sandra. Drizzy is now respawning, so he's going to have to sprint there. Amumu will get there before this Lilia does. This is going to be an all-out fight for the Baron. Baron's at 5k, and it's dropping. They pull Amumu out of the pit. Amumu's got to get back in the pit before Lilia does. He's going to be able to smite it. He's going to be able to secure it. Now, the question is, can they get out safely? The Sandra's
Yeah,
able to
you
run
have to hope
away.
for a pick
Here
here.
is the flash in, but they're going to be able to double root here. They're going to land that. If they want to do the sleep, they're going to drop that onto Amumu, but the CC's not going to matter. Levi's going to pick up a kill on Seraphine, and they're going to be able to take down the Amumu as well.
It's a smart engage there. You have to get Baron off of whoever you can get it off of, especially whenever you have an advantage, even so slight.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a really, really nice Yone R there to pick up the Seraphine. You know, Levi has certainly had a much better game this time. He's 4-1. He's having a really, really good game. Let's go ahead and check the items. Oh, I did not mean to pause, guys. I apologize. Wrong button. So, what are we seeing here? 3-item Croc. Absolutely massive. We've got almost 3 items here on this Yone. They did make
I
Vayne.
think I've seen a static on a Jhin.
Yeah, static rapid fire. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do nowadays, but that's a lot of attack speed.
I would have expected a rapid fire for the runaways whenever you get, you're chasing, you're in pursuit, you need to hit that last, the last auto.
What
Rapid fire makes
interests me
sense
the
all day
most
long.
is that Vayne got an early QSS. Now, of course, there's a lot of CC. Lilia CC can be a big factor here, so that's probably the biggest reason why she got it. But the fact that she's forced to build that before getting more damage is huge. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
2-item Vayne with Kraken and Blade of the Ruined King is going to hit like a truck, but that's still massive delaying her hyperscaling.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile,
Right here.
we've seen this song and dance way too many times, but it doesn't matter because they're going to pull this set. But here comes the Amumu. Amumu's going to drop a big ultimate. Set's going to art the blitz out to try to survive. Seraphine gonna drop her ult as well. There's gonna be a big sleep. Mumu will go down. Oh, the man is in here. And in the end, it's going to favor the side of BBL.
Renekton is one scary man.
This game has been absolutely insane. Once again, just a back and forth. We're at a point now where both teams have earned 40k gold, and there's still a 3k gold lead on the side of BBL.
I mean, the gold lead is up to 4,500 in favor of Renekton over Set at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it was huge. It did even out a little bit. I think it was about 5k earlier, so it has even out a little bit here as far as, like, well, not even out, I should say. I apologize. It has gotten lesser, you know, because the set was down about 5k at one point.
Just didn't expect it after the start, I guess.
And we've seen the side of Washed Up Gamers what their team fights look like. Their team fights are absolutely scary. So I don't know if they want to fight into them. If BBL truly wants to fight into them, they still want to focus on trying to get pits. Use his Blitzcrank to land some hooks. Vayne does get hooked, but they're just gonna turn on to Drizzy and completely delete him. Here comes the TP in from the set as well. That should be a Drake.
I mean, they
free.
didn't have a lot of follow-up there, so I don't understand the engage.
No, and this Blitzcrank now has died 13 times. He's had a game. Oh, Seth's gonna go in. That's actually a pretty big R. We'll be able to pick up the Seraphine. Oh, the CC Langer is massive. Seraphine still does go down though, and that's a shutdown for the Vayne.
Well, that's two big ones he's gotten at least.
And those are huge shutdowns going over to Vayne. He's got a couple shutdowns this game, about 3 of them, I think.
Yep.
And she's completed her Miracle Scimitar. Interesting decision to complete that right away. Well, now they're going to try to look on a Sharkies, but Sharkies is just going to dip out. You know, his name is Shark, and he's playing as a crocodile. It's kind of interesting, isn't it?
I mean, they're doing a good job of applying pressure on every lane, though. You see Yoln head back up top.
Yeah, it looks like the next main objective that we're going to be fighting over here is going to be Baron. We got 36 seconds left on that spawn. There is no Shark champ
Still
yet.
trying for that pick, yeah. I get trying to pick off somebody, but I probably wouldn't go after Lissandra that can just, you know, E away.
You know, in a game like this where it's so tight, by the way, literally it's 1K at this point. When a game is so tight like this, you kind of just look for any little small advantage you can. And in their eyes, you're thinking, maybe we can catch this Lissandra here. It's, it can really turn the tide of the game, allow you to get this Baron and really break it open.
Doing a good job everywhere, clearing out vision.
Absolutely. Momo's going to walk in here right into Drizzy, going to drop the R. That's a humongous
that Wombo.
Seraphine R. Oh,
Good
that's a
ult.
really big Yone R, but it's not going to matter. And everybody's just going to go down. And that should be a free Baron at this point.
Absolutely.
Can we get to 20 deaths on this Blitzcrank, Brian?
You said what now?
Can we get to 20 deaths on this Blitzcrank?
20 death sound?
Yeah, can we get to 20 deaths on this Blitzcrank? He's at 14 right now.
I don't know if we have the time. I think they're going to end before that's possible. Death timers are up to what?
Can
35
can
seconds?
we get an over or under in the chat on the Blitzcrank deaths?
I'm not a betting man, but I don't like those odds.
Look, he's done what he's can this game. You know, for all it's worth, man, he still got 19 assists. He still certainly helped his team and done some good things. I'm not trying to shit on the player. I just think it's absolutely hilarious when you're having one of those games.
He's net positive. Yeah.
He's net positive. Absolutely, he is. Just having fun with it. But it certainly is a rough game, especially because when you look back at it, game one, their bot lane absolutely just demolished and outperformed, washed up gamers bot lane.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and then meanwhile, we're just going to get the 1v1 between Levi and Fuyu, and Fuyu is just going to take him to the cleaners.
I didn't love the blitz pick, and I still don't. I think we could have had something a little bit more disruptive. Especially because they aren't really trying to pick good.
Oh, that's a cancel.
There.
They are going to force out the Sandra R, but that's a Sandra's too. Oh, he's going to land the hook, though. Is it going to matter? I don't think it is. It's just the CC layering, the Wombo combo. It's just too much.
I mean, I think my biggest problem is that we're not getting Jhin involved. Jhin is hitting hard right this second, but he's not. He's only 2, 4, and 5. He hasn't been in 50% of the fights.
He is sitting on 3 items, but Vayne is also sitting on 4.
But Vayne's also been a part of every single skirmish on the map.
I think at this point, the Jin's just trying to continue to farm, trying to get to his late game, trying to get to a point where he can 2-tap people like the Vayne. They're just walking up and autoing once or twice. Those big crits. Meanwhile, though, that will be Soul. The first Soul taken in this series. This is actually the longest game we've had now in this series. 30 minutes has been eclipsed. How much further will this game last? I am not sure. It's still anybody's game. I see Sharky's going to try to turn here on the Souls. Little poke. Damage going out. They still got the Baron.
First soul of the season.
Yeah. I think here's the biggest thing, though. This Baron, it hasn't felt like it's been utilized that much. I think all they pretty much have gotten is soul out of it and a couple kills.
I think somebody's in all chat simply saying, let's make this the most fighting game that we've had yet. They're not worried about objectives. They're not worried about winning. They're going toe-to-toe. They're taking off the gloves, and they're just going at it. This is an ARAM.
Yeah, it's a boxing match for sure.
So we have a prediction from Sandy that it's going to end at 17 deaths on the Blitz.
Well, I will say he's at 15. Oh, now Drizzy's in a bad spot. Fuyu's trying to go in.
Oh, now they missed it.
Will dodge the what? Oh, big Zarna's cleanse. The Vayne's going to go down. That's going to be a shutdown for Levi. Meanwhile, here's the rest of the team. What can they do? They're going to drop the big ulti on Sharky. Sharky's going to drop come in with his team. But that's a big set W. But that's just not going to be enough. There's going to be a shutdown going down on the Sandra. That's going to be another kill. Oh, no. It's a full collapse for the side of washed up gamers of the gold. It's going to become even. And can they end here is the real question.
That's a long death timer. They might be able to.
An overstep by the Vayne. And it might cost them everything.
I think that's going to be it. They still got 13 seconds on Vayne, 17 seconds on Seraphine.
10 seconds on Vayne. They don't have a big wave, so it looks like they're going to back off. But, they definitely had a chance. They're going to choose not to go for it, though. Obviously,
They also got Baron coming back up in a minute and a half. Probably going to sit back, reset, get some vision down. Play it smart. You've already played it this smart this time.
Yeah, definitely. What a game this has been. What a game.
I like a good goon fight as much as anybody else does, but you do have to play it smart if you're going for the win. The problem is, do you trust your own team to shut Vayne down before he becomes a problem in the next fight?
Well, if Vayne does that again, it won't be a problem.
You're not wrong, but do you trust everybody that much? That's what you have to put your faith in right there.
I think you have
Because
to
if
at this
one person
point.
gets caught out, yeah, it's over.
It's been a.
I didn't even realize that washed up gamers haven't even busted through the tier 2 in the middle and top.
Oh no, Blitzcrank's in a bad spot, and they're just gonna take Blitzcrank down. That'll be the 16th death for him. We're
37 seconds on Baron, so that's not good enough yet. You got to get more while you can. Good job clearing the way.
Lassandra's in a bad spot. It's gonna be a huge Yone R. What's the outplay look like for Smalls? Gonna drop his ultimate. Is that enough though? I don't think it is. That's gonna be a trade. Mid laner for support in the end, and that's gonna favor the side of BBL. And they've just given up the setup away. They're going to have free setup now on the Baron for the side of BBL here. Blitzcrank's going to be up in time. And now look, you've seen the pings, you've seen the movement. They're being forced to
everybody
go.
started backing like they forgot.
Oh, they're going to land the CC onto the Jhin. They're going to drop everything they have, and they are going to pick up the kill. But Renekton is now in. He is a big Renekton. They do not have as many R's. Oh, but a big Amumu R is going to take down Drizzy on top of a big setup, a big W. The damage is huge. What can they do here? Oh, and then Mumu's going to go down. Here's the flash in going in from Levi. And all that is left on the side of Washed Up Gamers is Vayne. What a fight.
The only person not present in the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit 17 deaths on this Blitzcrank. Can we go for 20?
Oh, my game bugged out now.
Can we get 20? That is the real question. Now stop. Yes, stop, because Sandy doesn't want to be wrong. Sandy, how's the other game going? Will I be able to cast a game 3 over there? Blitz, stop.
I'm back on watching Twitch because my game closed out.
Oh, you could just click back in. It does that when the game ends. Apparently, there's a way to stop that. I just gotta change that for myself too. Somebody told me once. Something to do with Windows. Some Windows change I have to do. Oh, here's Blitzcrank catching the Vayne out. That could be a huge pick. This Vayne's in the bad spot. Gonna have to flash away. Barely live. They are gonna land some CC on the Sharkies. Sharkies is gonna get hit with the big charm. Big Amumu R. Drizzy's in a bad spot. Should go down. Drizzy will go down. Now Sharky's in a bad spot. Will he be able to survive? One more auto will do it. His GA is going to go down. Blitzcrank will die. The anti-tide. Here comes the Yone. Trying to turn the fight. But Jhin will be deleted as well. All that's upstanding between a possible victory for them is going to be Levi. Can he defend? Can he stop them from ending? This Vayne, 15 kill game for this Vayne. Unbelievable performance. Does Levi, he's gonna try to, oh my goodness, they're gonna try the back door, but Lissandra is there. This is gonna be so close. Oh, he's gonna push him off, gonna drop the R on him. Doesn't think like it's gonna be enough. He's gonna have to get through the Lissandra. Can he kill him? No, he's gonna go down. He's gonna shut down, and that will look like it'll be it. Blitz is up. Can Blitz stop it? Can Blitz do anything? They're gonna drop the R on top of the Blitz. They're going to kill Drizzy once again. Blitzcrank, you couldn't get to 20, but you got to 19. And that is going to be a victory for Washed Up Gamers.
What a game.
Oh, unbelievable. What a series. I was not ready for this today. This was really just an unbelievably played series between both teams. I truly do want to say thank you to both teams for coming out here today and just putting on a show for all the fans that are fans.
I tell you what, if the first series of the season is like that,
it's gonna be a fun season. Let's go check these details on the damage, shall we? Renekton did 41k. The Amumu actually carried the game. Vayne, what? You only did 33k. Unbelievable. Amumu MVP of the series, it looks like.
Small said they couldn't get Blitz to 20 deaths.
Oh my god, they tried. They tried. Well, I don't have much time. I don't mind doing a little bit of a mini interview if well, you know what? In fact, let's just jump down there. I got about a few minutes. We jump down there real quick. See if Smalls and Soup want to talk. Oh, it looks like they're getting out though. Oh no. Let's catch Smalls before he leaves. Hey, don't leave yet, Smalls. Do you want to have a little
Or I could leave.
Do you want to have a little bit of a post game interview
Yeah,
real
sure.
fast? Oh, all right. Dope. I gotta move this guy down real quick to us. He's not here. I don't got much time, but I figured I'd come in and do a quick little chat with you. So, it looks like Soup jumped in, Fuyu jumped in. All right, so the few minutes I got, and I literally got about 2 or 3 minutes, so we gotta make this short, sweet, and simple. I'm gonna pick up the wife, but my big question for you guys is what in the world happened game 1? Because game 2 and 3 were certainly much better than that. What happened there?
I
just
put it in
weren't.
Twitch chat. Let me play Orin mid. Let me slam it, and they didn't. That's what happened. That's all.
So it was more of a statement than anything.
Yeah, it was a statement. That's what I read.
I respect that.
Well, it was certainly a rough game there for you guys. I mean, you guys you didn't look very cohesive. You looked a bit off, and I mean, big back laners just came in and just took care of business in that first game. But let's touch on the games you guys won. Because I think that's the big talking point here. Soup, you had a fantastic game. You were playing jungle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a fantastic game in game 2, and I would say game 3 was pretty good as well. A little more, rough. But how do you feel about like your performance on that Amumu?
I just want Lilia.
You just want Lilia.
Yeah, but no, I just instead of farming, I just gotta gank. I just have to gank and CC. I don't know, just bandage when I land them when I'm not getting flamed by Fuyu for not landing my bandage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to gank honestly and just get everyone else ahead.
Well, you did that professionally. And as far as your bandage tosses, brother, Brian had a tracker on that, and he said you were like 14 for 14 in the first like 15 minutes of the game in game 2. So you don't gotta worry about that. Don't listen to this guy.
Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of your AD carry, Fuyu, you had a wonderful game there in game 3. Let's talk about, instead of that wonderful performance, let's talk about your guys' plan there in game 2 though, because that was hilarious how you both went into opposite bushes.
Oh, the game plan was the first game we lost, so the second game we're like, let's just do something so silly, like Ash John on the bush, and then we saw them come first. We're like, it's just chicken.
They were just yelling, "Whoever shoots first loses."
Yeah, we were laughing. We're like, we're y'all playing chicken, and top lane had the same plan I saw too. So it seemed like you guys were on the same page, just on different sides of the map. Let's try to get prior an advantage for that Amumu. But yeah, I mean, you guys all played really, really well. I really wish I could go more in depth on the games because I actually have a lot in my head, but just I got to pick up my wife, unfortunately. But congratulations on winning the first series of the split. Congratulations on just an exciting series and exciting games. Looking forward to seeing what else you guys can output here in the future. And you guys got anything y'all want to say before we head out?
Oh yeah. Everyone, go watch the replay of Fuyu flashing in front of the Ezreal queue to save our support.
Oh yeah, that was insane. By the way, I called that out. That was absolutely like insane. You should just clip that. Just clip it on the
I
channel.
have.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I recorded this one this time, so I can actually post it. I'm gonna start recording the games, because we're gonna be doing
Just
some
skip
stuff.
game one. Say you didn't
Yeah.
record it.
Okay, I didn't record it. Sorry.
Due to technical malfunctions.
Yeah.